HSK9, Radio Thailand World Service, broadcasting from Bangkok for listeners in Asia and the Pacific, the Middle East and Africa, Europe and America. It is now time for our broadcast in English for listeners in Europe.
From the Public Relations Department of the Royal Thai Government, this is Radio Thailand News.
สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ
This is Radio Thailand's News Hour with me, Benjamin Ruchopagan.
And with me, ดวงรัตน์สุขสว่าง
Starting off our national news, the Minister of Justice stresses that everybody has an important role in helping children avoid or escape the menace of drugs. Meanwhile, the newly found Kla Party unveils its executive membership and declares that its policy is to improve people's quality of life.
Looking at the global scene, U.S. federal investigators probe a confrontation between supporters of U.S. President Donald Trump and his rival's campaign bus.
On the business agenda, the Department of International Trade Negotiations is piloting Thailand's export-grade products at an FTA fair in Bangkok.
We will now give you the details on those headlines and many more.
National News. Brought to you by PTT, Sustainable Growth for All.
In national news, the Center for COVID-19 Situation Administration, or CCSA, has reported 3 new cases of COVID-19 and no additional fatalities. According to the CCSA's report on November 2nd, the total national tally stands at 3,787 cases and 59 deaths. According to the information from the center, 3,595 patients have made full recoveries, while 133 remain in hospital. The government has urged people to continue wearing face masks and to wash their hands regularly, as well as practice social distancing and observe other government measures to prevent any new infections.
The newly founded Kla Party has unveiled its executive membership and declared that its policy is to improve the quality of life and that it stands up for governance under the constitutional monarchy. Kla Party leader Gorn Jatikawanit has announced the names of the party's executive members and invited the general public to apply for membership of the party. Gorn said the party has set clear targets to improve people's quality of life and aspects of their well-being. That includes the environment, peace and order, and social mobility. He added that political issues must be solved by quality politicians who are public-minded and are ready to serve the people. For the upcoming local elections in December, Kla Party will not be nominating any candidates as the party is now focused mainly on the next general election and will be preparing candidates for all constituencies. The Kla Party leader spoke of the demands from current anti-government protesters, saying his party stands firm that Thailand must be governed democratically with the king as the head of state. He added that people have a legal right to assemble, but they should avoid confrontation, refrain from violence, and must not insult the monarchy.
The Minister of Justice has stressed that everybody has an important role to play in helping children avoid or escape the menace of illegal drugs. Justice Minister Somsak Thepsutin has delivered a special lecture on ways to beat drugs to the 61st batch of participants in the Assistant Prosecutor Training Program. Somsak said the Ministry of Justice has already proposed a draft of the Narcotics Code, which is being vetted by Parliament. He explained that existing drug laws have been merged into a single code that will make law enforcement easier, as individual aspects of the laws have been amended to meet the current situation. He went on to say that the solution to the drug problem is to create a barrier to prevent young people from getting involved with drugs, and this must start with the family. He added that help was needed from everybody in order to solve the drug problem in a sustainable manner. The minister said narcotics prevention and suppression must also be intensified, and assets of the drug network must be confiscated wherever possible.
The Deputy Minister of Education has visited flood victims in Nakhon Ratchasima province and ordered relevant agencies to rapidly survey the schools affected by the floods in order to prepare rehabilitation measures for when the inundation subsides. Deputy Minister of Education Kanokwan Wilawan and Nakhon Ratchasima Deputy Provincial Governor Saksit Sakun Likha Retsima distributed supplies and survival bags to flood victims in Nakhon Ratchasima's Nunsung district and offered moral support to the victims. The Deputy Education Minister has instructed relevant agencies to survey educational institutions affected by the floods, as well as educational institutions under the Office of Non-Formal and Informal Education, in order to expedite aid and rehabilitation.